Hi YouTube and welcome to my Let's Play Diablo. Although I shouldn't be calling this a Let's Play probably. But at any rate, I am going to level a Crusader. So I am right here, I'm actually going through the whole process of creating a Crusader. This is the newest class in the Reaper of Souls expansion for Diablo 3. And so we're going to be going through all the way from level 1 all the way up to the new level 70 in chapter 5 with the Reaper of Souls expansion. And just kind of taking you along on the adventure. Here you can see I'm creating. You really don't have a lot of optimization or customization choices here. You just give the Crusader a name, and away you go. So we're gonna go ahead and start the game. There are a lot of areas where there's talking within the game. And I do keep the volume in the background down a bit, just because of copyright concerns and that kind of thing. So you will see what the characters are talking about at the bottom of the screen. So I will probably be talking over most of this, but I'll probably be quiet for this part.
At 12, I swore the oath, leaving home and family. At 16, I saw my master die. I took up her shield and her name, and on that day, I became a Crusader. Armored by faith, driven by duty, bound to kill the enemies of Zakarum. Sworn to live as a Crusader and to die as one. Now, corruption returns to the hearts of men. I see it in the eyes of the mad, hear it in the howling of the damned. A falling star in the west leads me to the town of New Tristram. The crusade calls me, and so I go.
Alright, so that's a little intro to the Crusader and what kind of brings her to New Tristram.